In a wide green meadow, right beside an old half-ruined but still standing wall, there lived a large colony of ants. Their movement looked like a flowing black river. Each of them carried a grain or a piece of food with perfect order and discipline. Among them was a tiny ant named Merich, the smallest, thinnest, yet the most patient of them all. That day he had found a grain larger than his own mouth and was trying with all his strength to drag it forward. But every few steps the grain would slip from his jaws. The wind blew, the grain rolled away, and Merich ran after it again. Once, twice, 50 times. Sweat dripped from his head. His small legs trembled, but he kept going. Just then, from a crack in the old wall, a cheerful buzzing sound echoed. A carefree and lively bee named Varzon flew out. Varzon saw Merich struggling, landed on a leaf, and laughed. "Hey, little ant, what kind of silly job is this? Just drop it." Merich picked up the grain and said politely, "Hello, bee. It's not trouble. This is our life. We must gather food. For today, for tomorrow, for winter." Varzon burst into laughter. "Winter? We sleep all winter. No storage, no work, no stress. Every creature has its own path. We live with effort, with discipline, with foresight. Besides, we enjoy life. Sugarcane juice, flower nectar, sweet ripe grapes, you name it. We live like kings. And you only work, work, work." Without waiting for permission, he grabbed Merich and flew into the air. The little ant screamed and flailed his legs, terrified. But Varzon, impatient and playful, suddenly swooped down. "No, no, no! You have to see our delicious world. Come!" "Don't be scared. I'm taking you somewhere amazing," Varzon said as they approached the shadow of a large butcher shop. Under the shadow of the wooden roof, several bees were stuck to a large hanging slab of fat, licking it hungrily with pure delight. Varzon said proudly, "Look, this is life." The little ant looked around, frightened. The shop smelled of blood and metal. Knives hung from the ceiling. He felt a deep sense of danger. Merich whispered, "This place is not safe. This smell, it's danger. It is not for us." Varzon laughed. "You're too scared. Taste this fat." But suddenly, the butcher returned. He saw the bees and shouted angrily, "Again? These bees again? I'll show you." Varzon, the carefree, happy bee, was slammed to the ground, his wings breaking instantly. The little ant froze in horror. Varzon whispered faintly, "If only I had been cautious like you." But it was too late. The butcher picked up his slipper to kill the remaining bees. The ant stepped aside, scared. Merich stood in the silence, looking at the friend who had mocked him just moments ago. Destiny had made its choice. The butcher left. Merich picked up Varzon's lifeless body and began the long journey back to the ant colony. Effort was his way, even in grief. He told his fellow ants, "Remove the venom. It can be useful for winter storage." He had foresight even for the dead. Maybe instant pleasures are sweet, but foresight and effort are what keep life alive. And under his breath he murmured, "Maybe instant pleasures are sweet, but safety, foresight, discipline, and effort, these are what keep life alive." The bee's path. Momentary pleasure, carelessness, and thoughtless risk. A path that leads to painful consequences. Pleasure without thought leads to destruction. But effort with foresight always brings reward in the end. And no one has the right to mock another's way of life. Every creature chooses its own journey. And no one has the right to mock another's way of life. Every creature chooses its own journey across the earth. Life is built from the choices we make, and destiny is the result of those choices. Choose your path wisely.